Hi guys, just a short one. Not uploaded it yet, but I did just a little short, not review, but general insight to what the specs of my modified Tops tracker knife. I did explain in the video that I was making a sheath for it. I'm not an expert in these things. I've not made a sheath for many years, but here it is. I managed to finish it yesterday. Got it close up, and I think it turned out quite well. So I've got the British Army stamp on there, because I'll explain to you in a minute what it used to be. For people who don't know what this is or what it used to be before I hacked it to bits, this sheath was actually from a British Army jungle knife, not a Golok or machete or anything like that. It was actually a jungle knife. It used to be a lot longer than this, probably about that long, and so it's not to get confused with the bayonet frog or the Golok sheath, which tends to be a lot shorter and probably maybe about 2.5 inches wide. This is the large sheath. You can actually see it. It says jungle sheath actually on the back on the label. The original Tops tracker sheath, the Kydex one, was absolutely rubbish. I explained in my video, which I'll upload in a bit. Has no use whatsoever. Terrible to carry. You can only carry it in one position. So I had to rethink how, if I'm taking this out in the woods like I am today, how am I going to be carrying it? Now, either I spend hundreds of pounds on a custom leather sheath. I know plenty of people that will do that for me, and I was actually going to get one commissioned for me, which I'll probably still do, still will at a later stage, but for now I quite like this one. So what I did is cut this in half that way, and then underneath this like Velcro padding I put on just to hide the stitching. It's got terrible stitching. I used waxed cotton thread and reinforced all the stitching down here. So underneath here I reinforced all the stitching down here, both sides, so there's absolutely no chance of this coming out through the bottom. I then which I'll show you, I then kept some of the features, like this retaining strap here, which was totally original to the sheath. I kept that on there, but it doesn't necessarily need to be on there, because this doesn't fall out at all. But I just kept it on there just for safety purposes. So what I did is, the original Tops tracker sheath, I actually took the metal clips off, the horrible metal clips, took them off, which are absolute pain in the arse to take the metal clips off. It really is, because you're supposed to take them off with the Allen key, but the problem is on the other side there's a nut, and when you're turning on one end, it turns the nut on the other end at exactly the same time. Now the problem with that, you can't access the nut, because the nut is actually inside the sheath itself. So I had to undo all the Allen key nuts around the sheath and try and force it open a little bit, just so I can access the nut on the other side, so I can hold it on both sides. It's absolute pain. I think it must have took me maybe a good 45 minutes to an hour just to take the two clips off. But anyway, so I took them clips off, modified the sheath, and I actually put the Kydex sheath inside this. So I put it inside it, threaded it all the way through. Once I did that, I again, before I put this black like Velcro bit on to cover the stitching, I then reinforced the stitching yet again, just at the top there, so there's no chance of this slipping out or sliding about. And the end result is, as you can see, just inside there. I'll take the knife out. So knife comes out very easy, and you can see what I've done. You can see the original Kydex sheath at the tops. I've threaded it through there, and it just stays there. You know, come to put it away in the sheath, listen to the click like that, and then you can just do up the retaining strap. Yeah, as you can see, does not come out at all. Very, very sturdy. You've got a lovely belt there. You can fit a wide range of belts on there, massive webbing belts, etc. You either got 2 more threading points there if you want to lash it, you know, higher up, or put something else in there. Now this was originally for a sharpener for the jungle knife, like a file or a sharpener. But I also kept that there as well, and I modified it slightly up there, and I'll tell you why. So if I just undo this inside there, I actually put a BCB ferro rod inside there, and it's absolutely perfect. But I had to modify the stitching here in order to put the head of the ferro rod inside, in order so I can clip that up. So there you have it. So you don't have to be a genius to do these mods. Just get yourself a sewing oil, some wax thread. I use what's called a speedy stitcher. I've been using a speedy stitcher for many years now, and it just comes into its own. And you can accomplish things like this: get a piece of leather, get a piece of an old rucksack, and just make your own. It'll do you for now. Yes, it does look glamorous, but it does the job. It's like I say, the sheath is British Army standard, 1000 denier Kajoy material, so it's pretty much bomb proof. So yeah, absolutely fantastic, not going anywhere, totally safe, brilliant. So I'm going to leave that video, and I'm going to do another video which is coming up after this one. So till next time, catch you later.